Welcome to Noob Varieros turn 41. I got a whole bunch of gems from Atlantis for all of the lightless lanterns that I sold them. I cast Dark Knowledge, find nothing. Did some other side searching, find nothing. Used Gateway to get more troops towards Saramatia. And cast Twiceborn for another White Mage. Terminus here tries to assassinate Spirit Guide. Let's have a look. So that works. Then there's a battle in Dragon Point. Okay, so this is the main army. And by now there's only a few of these Sarmatian horse archers hanging around. Nobody here to activate the tattoo, so they're not doing anything. Right. There is a battle in Satika. This is Lanka taking their land back from Atlantis, I think. Yeah. And of course with that Lankan Blast, this is over quickly. We attack Sea Stag Lake. So summon a bunch of ancestor ghosts. Shark attack. Let a few of them get through and start stabbing the White Mage. But there simply isn't enough ghosts, unfortunately, as you can see. Also, they didn't get blessed, so they killed my White Mages. That was very stupid of me. I really underestimated those. There's a battle in Toan. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, so here I tried to take this province, but I messed up my scripting. So these guys run forward immediately instead of waiting for the point buffs. So a lot of the point buffing doesn't happen. And the Magi just start point buffing themselves, which isn't all that helpful. So, his entire army gets repelled by the province defense. Which is a shame. Basically at this point I was thinking, oh, it's just the AI, I can handle it, and then I am not at my best here. Lanka kicks the Sarmatians out of Shadowglade, I think. Yeah. So, Lanka's army is actually rout. I didn't expect that. So I'm not the only one losing to the AI. And then there's a battle in Akesta where the AI attacks me. So this is this big army of long dead horsemen, which I don't know why the players summoned those, but it is a new player game, so okay. And they are actually quite effective, I just don't think they're worth the gems. There's an unexpected event in Nandago. An Earth gem. A handful of gems were found under a huge rock. Well, apparently only one of them was magical. We are under siege of Akesta and the walls are damaged. Yeah, that's fine. We immediately breached the entrance in Dragon Point. One unit was cured. And we're also immediately starving in Dragon Point. And we bought Nargash again. And he has 1 gem now. So apparently if you buy him back, he reappears with 1 gem. I don't know if he gets more of them over time, but... well, anyway. I'm just continuing to move everything up into Sarmatia. Meanwhile, because I got all those nature gems, Winnie the Pooh here is casting Mother Oak with all of them. I think he's overcasting with quite a bit as well. I'm moving you from Andrase over. Here he is. So I have a dead mage in Tinchi. That way I can keep track of the amount of corpses because there are people dying because of the burden of time. And that way I can keep track because if those corpses approach 100, I actually want to cast Raven Feast on the province. And other than that, I'm just making 6 lightless lanterns in Tinchi because I sold, I don't know, probably 10 of them to Atlantis. So I'm gonna have to replace those. Alright, that's it for turn 41. See you in turn 42. Welcome to Noob Evil's turn 42. Research in Invocation has been completed. Next is Conjuration 8 for Elemental Royalty, mostly. Winnie the Pooh has cast Mother Oak. So now we get 10 extra nature gems every turn. Another Thriceborn. We searched and found nothing. Searched again and found nothing. Terminus tried to assassinate a spirit guide. So that works out. Then there's a battle in Akesta. Yeah, this is where I try to break the siege. So I sent in a lot of ghosts. And I think these ones are actually gonna be blessed. I'm not 100% sure actually. Fortunately, yeah. So I cast Phoenix Spire on this guy. Which is a big mistake. Boom. I blow up my own major. Fantastic. So, as I continue to underestimate the AI, I lose 6, 7, 10, 12 magi here, for no good reason. I killed most of the Long Dead Horsemen, so that problem is gone, but yeah, this is just me underestimating the AI, basically. Then there's a battle in Old Coast. Let's see, oh yeah, this is just another suicide. Battle at the Fortress of Dragon Point. So, entire army shows up. Flaming arrows. Yeah, so this script still works, and it's especially effective against the AI because the AI doesn't really deploy counters. 2 units are suffering from the burn of time again. An unexpected event in Fairy Forest. Priest of Windy Pooh, Lord of the West Wind, has been blessing the crops throughout the province. People are happy, faith has increased, and much wealth has been donated by merry farmers. So, gold and extra dominion. Luck skills are really good. I wholeheartedly recommend luck skills. We are still under siege in Acasta, but with half that army down, they can't hurt our walls anymore. And there is a lack of supplies in Dragon Point, so I have to get out of there. And another white mage. Now, I notice a thing in the battle of Acasta, which I didn't notice before this turn, which is this guy. No, not you. This guy. This is the guy that caused Burden of Time. And he's now standing on top of my fort with only 36 units left. Which I only this turn I realized. In turn 41 I didn't see it. So the player used that guy to cast a spell, and then the AI just moved it on top of my fort. So, I decide that that thing really has to die. Like, we can't let him run away from a battle or anything, he has to die. Now, right now he can't run away, because no matter where he runs into enemy territory and he dies. But I want to make sure. So I cast 2 Mind Hunts on this province. And I'm moving a lot of stuff to go and kill him. Including Nergash with a bunch of long dead, some archers. Yeah. I want that guy dead. Meanwhile, I am casting Raven Feast on 20. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, so I'm basically just doing speculative Raven Feast on Femoria. Because it's a populous province, the Burden of Time has been going for a while, so we might get some dead gens out of it. I am moving Mediocre to here underwater, so he can build a lab. And then because he's water 3, with a few boosters he can start summoning a Queen of Elemental Water. I am making 4 more Lightless Lanterns and 2 Owl Quells. Alright, that's it for turn 42. See you in turn 43. Welcome to Noob Varieros turn 43. So, Auction cast Mind Hunt and killed somebody called Umager, no idea. Windy Pooh cast Raven Feast, which gives us 4 dead gems. That's an equal trade, I'm fine with that. Disappoint did Mind Hunt and killed somebody called Castartu. Another Twiceborn. And we searched Kamiya for magic sites. We searched and we find nothing again. Terminus tried to assassinate an Inari. Let's see how that goes. So, unfortunately, the Inaris are dead too, and cast Heart of Skeletons. And apparently a single water elemental and an assassin can't deal with that many skeletons, so too bad. We lost our only assassin and the item I put on him. A crippled unit died on the march. Well, we have hundreds more, so that's alright. And there's a battle in Griffa, where the AI attacks me. And of course the AI has summoned all kinds of garbage, because it's the AI. My 6th province defense doesn't hold up against that. Then we try to lift the siege in Acesta again. And most importantly, kill this guy. Fortunately, this time I brought enough stuff. So he's dead, and the global enchantment is gone. Then there's a battle in Old Coast. Oh yeah, this is another suicide. I should remember the name of the province, but I don't. And then there's a battle in Dugoskit. Let's have a look there. Ah yeah, so this is just the main army moving on. Yeah, so at this point I don't even care. I just use the ghost every battle and just keep crushing through the AI. You could say it's a waste of death gems, and it probably is, but he brings his pretender out, which is just a very standard Dragcon, I believe. However, the army gets butchered and the Dragon runs away. More old age. An unexpected event in Vulcan, which is great. It's Mr. Troll again. He has been going around all game and we've been kicking him out of his lair all game. He had 50 gold and how much is this? 23 gems. And he escaped again, so keep it up, Mr. Troll. Alright, so I'm building a lab here with Mediocre in order to, well, in preparation to get Galegate eventually. Empowering Luxing here. Where are you, Luxing? Huh, I would have sworn he was here. Strange. Oh, here he is, Luxing. I'm empowering him in nature. That way he can make a Moonvine bracelet. And the Moonvine bracelet, well, it makes me climb nature, which is great by itself. But a Moonvine bracelet is also pretty good if you want to do transformation, because a lot of the things you transform in don't have any hand slots. And then you lose anything that's in your hands. But a Moonvine bracelet is a misc item. So you can just transform with a Moonvine bracelet, and as long as you don't die, you keep the bracelet. And in Luck 3, the chances of dying from a transformation are extremely low. So I plan to use my excessive amount of nature gems to start, or well, nature income, to start transforming guys at some point. I start changing up my research for some enchantments. because I'm gonna need arrow fend. I should have done this sooner, but I didn't, and arrow fend will keep my own arrows away from my troops, which seems pretty useful. I talked to Hinnom. Hinnom tells me that he tried to overcast my Mother Oak and failed. So he was asking how many gems did you use. I obviously didn't tell him. He says that he has almost finished fighting Zabalba and that he's planning to fight Lanka next. And he basically tells me that we can be friends for the entire game. I think at this point he doesn't really know. Or maybe he does, but I think at this point he thinks that I'm not very threatening and that I can just stay here and he can just take all the thrones he needs to win. So I think he isn't exactly aware of this. But maybe he is. I can't tell, obviously, but maybe not. I'm making another 3 lightless lanterns. I'm making boots of the messenger for mobility. And I'm making an owl quill. Alright. That's it for turn 43. See you in turn 44. Welcome to Noob Varero's turn 44. Researching enchantment is complete. Now we're going back to conjuration. This at least gives me arrow fend. Nature empowerment, twice born, raven feast, 5 gems. I found a magic site, finally, but it's an enemy's tower. And the enemy's tower is actually really good because that makes me able to summon Vine Ogres efficiently. And a crippled unit died. Okay. There's a battle in the Old Coast. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, this is another suicide. Okay. There is a battle in Griffa. So here the army that liberated Agesta moves on to this. Here in the corner we see Ethereal Chariot Commanders versus Flying Nonsense. Still have some of these long dads. Chariots seem to have finally cleared up the flyers. Yeah, and then the Ethereal Chariots rush into their backline. And it's pretty much over. So, managed to get rid of that force. Which is actually quite a nuisance, so that's good. There's been a battle in Soromacia. So now I'm trying to siege down their capital. If throwing arrows at a problem is not a good solution, then you're probably not throwing enough arrows at your problem. So right now this dragon is even getting overwhelmed by the amount of arrows. Alright, message from Soromacia after that. You killed our god. Yeah, well, you're an AI and your nation has caused burden of time, so goodbye. There is a battle in Drugaskit. Let's have a look at that. Oh yeah, so here they send a whole army against one province defense. And we get attacked by Casta again. This is just a warrior queen, but unfortunately I put only, I think this is one province defense, might be two. Should have probably invested in a little bit more. Fortunately, the noble commander takes it down. Unexpected event in Tenchi. 5 nature gems. Unexpected event in Indase. Oh, would you look at that? Almost 600 gold. Doki was discovered. I think, yeah, this is just a scout basically. We started to destroy the fort in Sarmatia, but unfortunately not completely. And a master of the 5 elements has died from a disease. Mercatius left us, and we got a white mage. So, because we just murdered a whole bunch of stuff, I am casting Raven Feast on Sarmatia now. I am moving Haxion to Tenchi so he can teleport some troops next turn. I am moving Loud Sea to White Lake. We have Ring of Water Breathing, and then he can transform into an aquatic animal. My idea is I can probably get some aquatic animals and then use them to deal with other aquatic provinces, and if, well, probably Atlantis, or if Terados makes their comeback, Terados, but if any water nation decides to attack me, having a few aquatic animals around is probably a good idea. I am recruiting animists in Shade Forest, and like they can summon fine things. And I'm recruiting more guys with armor and glaives because, well, they're good against anything I could possibly be fighting. I am making a Moonvine bracelet, I'm making 2 lightless lanterns, I'm making an armor of knights, I'm making a thorn staff, then I'm making boots of the messenger. Alright. That's it for turn 44. See you in turn 45.